Hello, everybody. Welcome to Entrepreneur of the Month show at Womenlines. We are always there for you, bringing amazing stories from across the globe to give you inspiration and motivation to do amazing work as an entrepreneur and learn from other entrepreneurs who are successful across the world. So, yes, friends, today we have Galit Tsadik from New York. She is a certified financial education instructor, founder of Financial Sharktress, as well as Sadik G Management. Welcome, Sadik, to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate being here.
My pleasure. So, Sadik, please share about yourself.
Sure. So, as you said, I'm a certified financial education instructor. I own a virtual CFO company in New York, and I also do financial wellness coaching for individuals. So, I help with small businesses. Anything that has to do with money in a business, I take care of, my team takes care of. And then I personally do what I call financial wellness coaching, because it's about learning financial literacy and also dealing with money in a healthy way. That I always feel like money is not the end goal and should never be the end goal. It should be the tool that's used to reach your end goals.
Fantastic. So, I'm quite curious why this word financial sharktress is there in your brand.
Yes. So, sharks have a really awful connotation, especially a lot of times in the world of finance. And I have been, my first name, Galit, actually has, it in Hebrew, it means the waves of the ocean in female form. And so I've always been really just obsessed with the ocean and thought maybe I'd be a marine biologist someday. I'm a scuba diver and I'm completely obsessed with sharks. And one of my friends, I was talking about sharks yet again. And one of my friends was like, you're really such a sharktress. And I was like, I love that. That is now going to be part of my brand. And it just made sense to take this idea of having sharks and use it to not only change the perception of people in finance, but also change the world's perception of sharks.
That's interesting. And there is a story, there's experience by you that you were with real life sharks and in a cage with tons of sharks swimming all around with you, no protection. What was that?
Yes, so I actually had a very, very strong fear of sharks because I was that child that watched the Discovery Channel and Shark Weeks, and I know everything that they're capable of. And when I became a scuba diver, I started hearing all of these stories of scuba divers that had seen sharks and they weren't prepared for it, and they ended up hurting themselves by doing something stupid, diving, and not because the shark hurt them, but they were hurting themselves. And I started to get, it was about 4 years into my scuba diving, and I was like, I haven't seen a shark yet. I don't know how I'm going to react, and I want to put myself into a situation where I'm going to be forced to have them all around me and to deal with it.
Okay.
And so I went on a cageless shark dive, and there were about 20, 30 sharks swimming all around me in the middle of the ocean. There's no chainmail suit, no nothing.
How long?
And it was about 45 minutes.
45 minutes without.
Yeah, and they were and they totally did not care about me. Like, they were just swimming. They were totally fine with me.
How many?
It was maybe 20, 30 of them all around, everywhere, coming from behind, from front. At the end, they were swimming underneath me, on the side of me. And it was just this experience where I realized I had been fearing this thing for so long, and they didn't want to eat me. I was fearing it for no reason, and it completely changed my perspective. And since then, I see sharks on almost every single dive I go on in the ocean. and they've really become almost like my spirit animal. Like people want to, when I go diving, people want to go diving with me because they know they're going to see a shark.
Wow. So has it helped you to come out of some fear, or has it helped you for yourself in some way?
Yeah, it has been so beneficial because I was able to face that fear head on. I was able to look at a shark in the face and know it's not going to eat me. And once you come out of something like that, you feel like you can do anything, because really, what's the worst that's going to happen? Maybe you fail and you have to try again, but at least you're not getting eaten.
Oh. So the confidence level went quite up, and then this company was there, and you had your own setup, and you are doing good in that. So you're growing it well.
Yes.
Awesome. So when did you realize that you have the skill in the field of money management, and you decided to start on your own? Because that must be a big decision for you.
Yeah, it definitely was. I've always really been very responsible around money because as a child, I grew up in an abusive household. And one of the ways that my father controlled my mother, was by taking away her money and making her believe that she couldn't handle it on her own, or she didn't know what she was doing with it.
Oh,
And we ran away to a domestic violence shelter when I was 12. And I saw my mother completely flourish and change, because for once, and for the first time, she had control of her own money. She was doing it on her own. She was supporting us, after we got out of that shelter. And she became a completely different woman. And I vowed, even while I was still in the house, to never let that be a way that someone could control me or keep me in a toxic environment. And that's really what those are the same values that I take into my coaching and even take into my work with businesses. I really make sure that they create the environment that they want to be in, and that they never get stuck in toxic environments because they just don't know how to handle their money.
very true. So that journey must be quite impactful in your life, and then that gave you the base to work upon your money skills. And then you had the journey for doing the course and certification, and you are a money expert in present time.
Yes. Yes.
Wonderful. So, what is the main challenge entrepreneurs have in terms of managing money for startups? Can you highlight on that?
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest challenges is the mindset around money, of money being the end goal. And money should be the tool, and you should look at it as a tool. And that's the thing that allows you to reach the other goals. So when you look at things that way, it allows you to create a plan for yourself, a blueprint on how you want to get where you're going. And you break it down into smaller steps in order to get there. But if you're only thinking of, when am I going to make money, when am I going to make money, how am I going to make money, and you don't think of, what do you want to do, what skills are you providing, what value are you adding to your customer, that money just can't come. And it's also this idea of, this is a big one that I see, especially in new entrepreneurs, of this scarcity mentality, thinking that if you collaborate with others, then somehow they're going to take away part of your money. Or I know a lot of people in my field don't work with other financial advisors because they think somehow that, if she's going to take my clients, or I'm going to take their
I
clients, or,
uh,
I hate that, because as we grow together. And it's not about competition, it's collaboration. And just, if I'm making money, that doesn't mean that you're not going to make money, and vice versa. And I think that that's a value that a lot of business owners don't have, or don't realize at first. And they're so worried about, keeping everything inside and not asking for help, because they're scared that, you know, if they tell someone, they might steal the idea. Yes, protect yourself, but don't operate at a default at a lower level because you didn't ask for the help that you need.
Fantastic insights. So how long you are doing this? Can you share your experience? And you have seen, do you deal with only entrepreneurs or you deal with professionals also? Share about your experience.
Sure. So I have been doing this for over a decade. I opened my business in 2015, so I've been working on my business full time since then.
Okay.
The first few years, I was only doing bookkeeping and virtual CFO services, but the last 2 years, I've added the financial coaching as well. I work with everyone. I work with professionals, entrepreneurs, small businesses. Right now, I'm actually working with something that's a bit of a larger business, and it's
Okay.
one of the largest businesses I've ever worked with, which is quite interesting, and dealing with a corporate environment as well. But that's great, and I love expanding and working with as many people as I can, because I want to be able to spread that message of financial literacy and being financially stable and free and not ever having to be taken advantage of because you don't know something.
Fantastic. So it's your services are available for global audience also. They can reach out online and you can provide the trainings.
Yes,
So
I have. I have an online school.
Okay.
With self-study classes. I do group courses, and I
Okay.
also do one-on-one.
Oh, get hold of your money, learn the tips from Galit, and this must be amazing learning from her. So, what are the benefits which Sadik G management can give to the professionals or entrepreneurs? You want to highlight that?
Yes, so I can help you budget. That's a huge one, especially now dealing with the uncertainty of the
Correct.
times. So I can help with budgeting, with cash flow management. I
Okay.
help you prioritize bills and expenses. Um, I I am now leading a merger and acquisition. So that's another skill that I have of really being understanding efficiency and how to make things more efficient. I feel like that's where my real talent lies, of just being able to break something down to its core and simplify it so that anyone can understand it and it can be improved. I definitely help around money mindset and how to, live in abundance rather than in scarcity.
Yes, that's amazing insight you have shared. So do take a note, friends. We will be sharing Galit's online links and do contact her if you are looking for such services. Yes, Galit, my last question is, what's your vision in life? Where you want to go?
Yes. So my vision is to create a world of financially free, empowered individuals. And I want to make sure that no one ever lives in toxicity or in a in a
Scarcity.
harsh in
Yeah.
a harsh environment just because they don't know how to manage their money, or they're scared that they're not sure that they don't know how to manage. um, the other thing is, I really want to spread financial literacy, because this is something that's not taught in schools, unfortunately. And if you don't have the good role models, then you're not living to your full potential, and you're not reaching those goals that you'd like to reach. So I want to make sure that everyone has that ability and has the chance to learn about their finances and to take control of it.
Beautiful vision. I wish you all the best for your bright future. And thank you so much for giving us time and sharing about your experience and insights about money. So, all the best. Thank you.
Thank
Take
you so
care.
much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.